Well, if you can't think of an idea, we have a question over here.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. How do we take social responsibility as like the game company? You've got everyone going onto PC and being isolated. I read studies in Asia where they actually have addiction to the internet, and people have actually passed away from being online for days at a time. How do we kind of take that social responsibility to try to promote people to get together, such as like our governments as a game?
Make great games that do that.
So certainly by having short session games, so we can avoid some of the problems that you alluded to.
Over here in the back.
Yeah, speak in the microphone, please.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So I had a quick question about the other side of the coin, where you have sort of this information overload now coming out of different mediums or methods of this person's playing this person's playing this person found a dolphin, this person wants to give you dynamite, this person wants you to go to Moscow, all, you know, just tons of information. It's hard to even get through Facebook. And what I find on the other side is now I'm trying to find out, well, I'm trying to start do filtering and figure out sort of how do I control the information flow. And it's not sort of like I get online and 100 people know about it. It's 100 people online and 100 times 100 people know about it. And I'm interested in your opinions about how, from the consumer standpoint, do we make this sort of more consumer friendly, where we're not just dumping inordinate amounts of notifications and invites onto their plate.
So I think, again, over time, I hope we trend towards authentic narrowcast communication, where you're essentially communicating to people who think will be actually interested in the communications that you're generating. So if you want to communicate with your Farmville friends, you might post a feed or send them a piece of information that you would be reluctant to post to your overall friend network. But that's going to be an evolution both for those of us who are making the games and the channels that we use.
Yeah, it's definitely, if the channels are abused, they're not going to be effective. And so that's why I think that kind of personal relevance for the person who's actually sending those communications is super important. And those will be the messages that actually are effective and ultimately build your business.
I mean, I think the truth is, though, that it's if you open up a list of areas where a game developer could leverage to make their game more popular, they're going to use it. And I think it's ultimately going to be, I mean, Facebook has done a lot to try to cut down the noise. I mean, they have that gaming dashboard now, which has pulled a lot of that data into a separate area. But personally, I mean, I do use a lot of the filters. I mean, I'm maybe the one person in this room that doesn't play Farmville, so I just filter out, I just block the application altogether, because otherwise it would just take over my feed. So I think it's part of it is the users have to help. Facebook actually has really great filtering systems to try to help you filter out people that you're not interested in and content you're not interested in. So I think it's up to the user, and I think it's also up to the platforms to try to help guide the game developers to do the right thing.
So if you're making a game and you've got that external website, it sounds like there's an opportunity to create here's what's going on now at like a high level. Like I saw a video of someone at the TED conference or whatever that thing is, where they've got the Microsoft browser that's got the super high level view of like every single magazine cover of Sports Illustrated, and you can instantly click on Lance Armstrong and they'll bring up everything that Lance Armstrong does, or every time he's been on the cover or in an issue, or look at anything having to do with cycling in Sports Illustrated. So something along the lines of, for your game, if you had that way to slice and dice the data around who's doing what, who's playing what, which of your friends are doing cool things, or outside your friends, what's cool, like what's going on, who's taking on this dungeon, what are they doing? And there's all that, it sounds like there's a big opportunity to put that on top of your game, like a metagame almost of who's doing what, to really engage users in that whole exploration aspect. That's just one thing that got floated to me as an idea. I don't know if there's really a question in there, but I just pointing to a direction, or like, where do we need to go to really leverage social functionality to have the best content stand out, and have you being really able to show what you've got in your game and let that do the work for it, rather than just spending $2.5 million on a 30-second Super Bowl ad that may or may not work. Okay, are there more questions? I think we're done on time. We're running a little bit late, so I just want to thank everyone on the panel and thank all of you for participating. And that's it.